One missing piece in Kansas City's fabled past is a vibrant riverfront.
While other cities have built out sports, housing, and entertainment, KC's mostly empty or underused riverfront space is getting a bit of a change. Tonight, the developers behind a massive project to redefine that area announced that early construction work will start before the KC Currents next season kicks off in the spring. Kansas City Manager Brian Platt says the stadium that's hosting the National Women's Soccer League Championship Saturday is changing how people think about the river.
This stadium is a national example of how downtown urban sports arenas and other types of arenas can drive new development.
So tonight we take a look at what took so long to get here.
What we're doing here cannot be unseen.
And still, Jocelyn Monroe points out there's still plenty more on the way. She's the head of marketing for the KC Current, who opened the first stadium built exclusively for a women's soccer team this season and christened it with a home playoff win earlier this month. The National Women's Soccer League Championship is this weekend at the stadium, where Stadium General Manager Stephanie Tomlin makes sure it's ready.
Well, we built a cool thing, and the team responded in kind.
But this activity along the river is relatively new. This is the riverfront a century ago, with some of the city's first commerce.
You know, Berkeley Riverfront really is the true heritage heart of Kansas City.
But any businesses were at the bottom of the rock cliff or on the side of it, cutting them off from downtown. When the businesses left, garbage, debris, and parking lots took over.
One of the reasons that it never really came back for decades wasn't because there were old industries down here. It wasn't connected to anything.
But Port KC President John Stevens says that started to change.
This has been a 35-year overnight success.
In the 1990s, a new chance to build a casino slowly laid the groundwork for hundreds of apartments and a bar dog park venue to open in the last few years. Even more recently, a beer garden, hotel, and KC streetcar extension have joined the $135 million CPKC Stadium.
Economic development is a huge benefit to every community.
The team's ownership and Port KC are the driving force behind the massive, roughly billion-dollar plan over the next decade to add even more just outside the stadium gates, essentially raising up a new neighborhood.
We want you to leave your apartment building, grab coffee, maybe grab a game or a concert, and then go back and have dinner. That is the premise of an entertainment district.
But along with big promises of what's to come came concerns about how to get there.
Kansas City's favorite problem to complain about is parking. And I'm a Kansas City native, I know, right? Like, I've complained about parking.
Match day parking costs $50, which is what it costs to park for a Chiefs game and more expensive than parking for the Royals or Sporting KC.
At first, sure, parking was a big thing, but we also saw on match one, 3,000 people walked.
KC Current President Raven Jemison and her team had to lay out other ways fans could get to games, with shuttle buses, bike and scooter options, or the walking tailgate, where fans caravan a mile on foot to the stadium. The hope is that 3,000 fans walking or biking to matches is only the start.
That is something that people would say would never happen in Kansas City.
And already, downtown residents are taking notice.
It's been exciting to see so much being built here.
Just the plans already have Brian Tran and AJ Jenkins using it to show off their Kansas City.
This is something else that people can explore, and with it being next to the water, and as we have the World Cup in 2026 and all the hype around the Current and the Chiefs, it's going to be growing.
So some new information we got tonight. Developers say the next step is to come up with a name for the district they're going to be building on the riverfront and to do a formal groundbreaking ceremony. They say that could come at some point in early or mid-2025. The KC streetcar extension is slated to bring the first passengers down to the riverfront in 2026. Of course, that would be right before the World Cup festivities kick off.